How is a small calf born, you know? The adventure into the unknown.
I was interested to read that both you and your co-laureate, Fraser Stoddart, you started in a very similar environment on a very remote farm.
Thank you for this question, you know, because that brings me back to when I was a child. And I grew up in a very small village in a remote area in the northeast of Holland, 800 meters from the German border. First of all, when you grow up on a farm, which was at that time, you know, when I was a kid, and there is a lot to discover. And my father, I asked him a lot of questions, my father and mother, and they were very much interested in telling us, you know. So my father took me to the fields, you know. I worked with him in the fields, to the animals, you know. And I saw all these things, you know, that you get excited about. Eh? How is a small calf born, you know? How a small animal, you know, baby animal. Or you see the crops growing. How do you grow? I still am fascinated today that you have this tiny seed, yeah, you plant it, and you get a sunflower of 3-4 meters, you know, with this beautiful sunflower after several months. How is that possible? The fascination by Mother Nature. I think that was one important aspect, yeah. So I debated with my father, I remember when we were in the fields. Why is the sky blue? These questions, you know, and not, of course, my father had no answers to all these questions, but he was also my father also was reading books, you know, and was very much interested in this. So I think he liked to discuss with me about this. And I had 9 brothers and sisters, which also helped, you know, in discussions, I tell you. And the other aspect is, maybe, as scientists, we cross borders, the adventure into the unknown.
Indeed,
And
yes.
I grew up on the farm, as I said, 800 meters from the German border. And at that time, we were crossing the border as kids. And we liked to adventure in the wilderness, crossing the border, going there, which at that time I think was still illegal because the European Union was not that far that we had open borders. And it was fascinating. I think that was where I grew up.